What's up, guys? KNAFTY here. Rodney, you know me. I I reached out to a company and asked if I could take a look at one of their products, if they would be willing to send me something. And over the next course of a couple, 3 or 4 weeks, maybe a month, they sent me this. Brand new in box, still sealed. This is a Warspear. I've seen this on various channels and like the look of it. I'm not sure exactly which one this is. I know which one I asked for, but I told them I'd be happy with anything. This is WP501G, and it seems like a pretty upstanding company. It's nice sealed packaging. The presentation looks nice. So far, so good. It gives a little bit of information. It gives you their web address, their email, their Instagram, and their sales. On the box, pretty straightforward. These knives can go, I think, for around $40. So I would consider this a budget knife. The materials, I believe, are Micarta and 14C20N. And they offer, I think, standard flippers and front flippers, and I'm not sure if it's clip point, drop point, sheep's foot. I think they offer a couple different variations. So without further ado, let's get into this. And from what I understand, if you like what you see here, these are available on White Mountain Knives. You can go there and do a search, and if you find something you like, put it in your shopping cart and use the coupon code KNAFTY, KNFTY, and you can get 10% off. So you can get an even better deal. I believe these might be available on Amazon and various places, and probably directly from them. So with that said, let's get into it. We're going to open this up with the Tucson TS244. This is a sheep's foot M390 double detent ball lock carbon fiber knife. It's pretty cool little. It's a Jan Xanadu collaboration with Tucson. So try to do this with the least bit of damage to the box and packaging, in case I want to give away or do something with it. We'll get the Tucson out of the way. It's got the nice sleeve, nice thicker cardboard box. I like the cutouts for the fingers. A lot of companies don't offer this little option. This is something, it's a little thing, but it makes a big difference in being able to get into the box. So I already tell you that this is very nice presentation. They give you a cleaning cloth. I don't know if you can see there is Warspear sort of embossed onto that carbon fiber. They give you some cards with some warranty information. It says the mission of our team is to offer the more professional service and higher quality products with a more reasonable price. And it gives you a little, their slogan. If you have any questions for concerns, customer service, choose Warspear, choose Satisfy. It's a pretty nice little card system they got. We have a couple tools. We have an extra pocket clip and some screws and a pivot surround in there. That is pretty nice. It's looking like we got a T8 and that looks like a T6. So they give you 2 wrenches. That's pretty cool. The pivot surround that's in the box is orange. They give you some troll food. Sort of a velveteen surround. The knife itself is also sealed in a shrink wrap. I like the shadow boxing that is done on this. This is a front flipper. I remember now, this is the one I asked for. So thank you very much, Warspear. I did not get a contact name except for the company itself. Let me get a cloth to wipe some of the shipping oil off. Bear with me just a second. I should have had that ready. Okay. I like the feel of the micarta. It's nice and uniform. It's a contoured frame. Blade centering looks a little bit to the show side, I believe, just a little bit. It's not bad, but it is off center a tick. That might be able to be adjusted out. Like I said, the surround on this is green. The extra one in the box is orange. We have a lanyard option. And I've always liked the shadow boxing on knives. I really think it's a nice aesthetic. The pocket clip in the box is black, and this one is chromed silver. Alright, let's see first flick. Alright, the detent is nice, a little weak. I always underflip for some reason when I always do it too light. It's not a bad looking knife. Looks like a nice cutter. Full flat grind. And this is in 14C 28N. I like the overall looks. The chamfering on the jimping for the reverse grip is nice. We have some nice jimping to blend in with the spine of the knife and the back of the frame for a good positive grip, even though we have the contoured titanium. We have lockup of about 25%. Just a little bit of axial movement. That might be why the blade is off center. We could tighten that up a little bit and get that gone. Fairly smooth action. We do have a fairly large, as for most front flippers do, this horn that sticks out the end. But it has a nice flick to it. I'm sure it would get smoother, and it is pretty smooth. This is not a bad knife for $40. I think that's about the price. The one thing I don't really like a whole lot, but I understand it's marketing and it's part of the process, is the Warspear on the blade. Same thing with Tucson's. They, I like the designer Maswan Mokhtar because his come, sterile. But it's not a bad looking moniker and name. It's pretty cool. We do have T8 hardware for the pivot, T6 for one single screw in the back, and T6 for the pocket clip. And the mounts for the pocket clip are embossed onto the G10, so that's a nice little feature. It's not bad at all. This is a pretty cool looking little knife. It's not bad. Centering, that can be adjusted out possibly and tweaked a little bit. It's got a nice action. It's got a pretty big horn, so you got to get your finger out of the way when you're opening and closing it. you know, when you go to close it, your finger wants to block it from coming back here, so you got to make sure your finger is out of the way. But the action is pretty smooth. Flipping is pretty easy. It is a tad loose right now, so I'm going to grab a T8 and see if we can tweak that just a little bit and maybe bring that back to center, and that will take care of the off-center issue too, because that's the way it needs to go. Okay, I have tightened it up and brought it to center, maybe just a tick more. Alright, it is centered now, right down the hatch. Let's see if the action is still great, still drop shut. Just a little bit more. Centering is good now. Still great action. Nice chamfered edges, no sharp edges anywhere. Nice functioning jimping on the blade, on the spine. The overall contoured shape. I would call this knife not bad. We don't know how the cutting action is. Let's see how well it'll cut a piece of paper, shall we? Now, granted, this is strictly a first impression. This is not a use test. I will be sure to try to use this and come back with a review as I'm changing the way I'm doing things here. So, nice and sharp out of box. So it passes the simple paper cut test. The Warspear WP501G. And I would call this a green micarta. And the lock bar, to get out of the way, you got to make sure. That's the only really awkward thing I see with this knife, is because where the relief for the lock bar, you really got to choke back on it so your finger don't get caught on that horn. But good job, Warspear. I like it. I do. I would call this a decent budget flipper. I really appreciate you providing it to me to check out. I will do a more thorough, full, detailed review and some cut tests, possibly showing how this thing handles. We do have some skeletonization on the liners. I don't know if you can really show. I'll do a breakdown and take it apart. Nice, smooth, a shake shut, no problem at all. Blade centering is good now. Yeah, it's not bad. And I love the micarta. Feels good. Good job, guys. You have a approval rating from KNAFTY on the first impressions. Guys, I thank y'all for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. And thank you so much for everyone entering my giveaway. I really appreciate it. I got another one coming soon, hopefully. I'm not sure the number we're going to shoot for, but I want to give a big shout out to all the donators. LTK, love them knives, for a koozie and a tool. And NAF Sergeant, Winchester Inc., Maddie at Mad Pal Cloth Works, got some hanks from her. Steve Kluver. I know I'm forgetting people. I always do. I don't never write nothing down. Okay, guys. It's 15 minutes. God bless. Keep those edges right. Bye.